Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I just wanted to chat with you guys for a little bit. It's Christmas Eve. I wanted to check in and see how everyone is. And I want to report to you that I have had a fantastic day. I have not suffered any kind of depression. I have kept the pressure off by having no decorations, no nothing. And I had decided that I would sew all day if that's what I chose to do, and it's what I felt like doing, so that's what I've been doing. I sewed very late last night, till like almost 2 a.m. I'm working on a quilt that may or may not be up on eBay later. Depends on how it turns out. And I may also be showing you a different technique that I'm trying for a quilt as you go quilt, so that you don't have to put the backing on one whole big piece. It's individual blocks and they're finished. Once you put the blocks together, you're done. I hope to get that done maybe tomorrow, but not sure. So I just wanted to throw it out there that if you're someone who does not enjoy the holidays, you are certainly not alone. All I like to stress is don't put pressure on yourself to think that you should be feeling a certain way, or that you should feel happy, and that if you don't, that you're some kind of a failure or a loser, or that you're not worthy. Nah, that stuff is true. You can feel like crap, and that doesn't mean anything. I know, because I have felt crappy my entire life. You get through it. Again, do know you're not alone. I have worked very hard over the years to just take away any guilt and say, I don't have to do any of it. I don't have to. There's no law saying I have to be festive. Maybe someday I'll want to be festive again. It wasn't happening this Christmas, and that's okay. And do I feel a little bit sad that I'm not with Skylar and Derek? Absolutely. We kind of thought that Derek wouldn't have Skylar for Christmas this year because he had her for Christmas last year, and we were actually in Nashville, if any of you remember that. I spent Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in a hotel room with Skylar, and we opened gifts in the hotel, and we made a funky tree on the wall that we cut out of pink tablecloth. I remember Derek was just so like, oh my God, he just felt like it was the worst Christmas ever, and I was like, my kids are loving it. It was fun. It was good. Kids, sometimes we feel like we're not giving them what they deserve, but kids are very happy with simple things. We just put too much pressure on ourselves to please everyone. Let's talk about that for a second. I had a big light bulb moment. Might as well go with Oprah on this one. I had a big light bulb moment today, and I think it's going to change my life as much as the meat has changed my life, or as much as YouTube has changed my life, as much as you guys have changed my life. There were a lot of life-changing things for me ever since I started doing things online and putting myself out there and getting to know myself through this awesome outlet that I have. And that part has all been good, and it has been so incredibly helpful to me. I mean, I have gotten through very hard times with you guys, and I have acted like a complete ass at times when I'm in a depression or my anxiety is so bad, and I, just spew out things that I'm like, trying to fix my world by, making you guys feel like idiots for leaving me comments or sending me mail. I mean, those things still bother me, but but I found that you guys were okay for the most part with whatever mood I'm in or whatever I go through. I've never known such a forgiving and accepting group of people as I have with the Peanut Gallery. Never had that growing up. I have like zero self-esteem, or I had zero self-esteem. I'm going on and on about all this because I'm just feeling so warm and cozy. But here's what I wanted to tell you guys. First, I need a sip of coffee. Decaf with heavy cream in it. Ouch! That was hot. Ooh, it's too strong. My tastes have changed so much now. I'm going to have to pour half of that out and add some water. I don't like very strong coffee. I mean, it's almost like half a teaspoon is all I want in my cup. When I started eating the way I'm eating, I have been telling you guys from day one that I was doing it to see if I would be able to help my mental health and also stop the cravings. Both of those are like tied for top spot as to what's important to me. And they kind of blend in. Like, having cravings is a mental health issue. It is like a drug addiction, and it just completely tears me up. I take it seriously when I can do something to stop cravings. And they don't go away completely always. I have days where they're completely gone. I have other days where I'm like, you know, boy, it would taste good to have, like, you know, my teeth sinking into a muffin. You know, I'm human, and I have been eating certain ways my entire life. I just remind myself, and I hope I never forget how good it feels to not be completely mental all the time. I have to tell myself, if I bite that muffin, it could lead to a big bad depression period, and I don't want that, so I stay away from it. I like what I'm doing, and I do mean it when I say I'm not doing this to lose weight. I have said it repeatedly, and I really feel that way because the health benefits in my brain are so exciting to me that the weight issue is just so non-important to me. I know many of you think it's important that people should try to lose weight for their health. I don't buy that for a second, not for a second, because I think every single naturally thin person will die. I believe that. Someday, and we don't know how. So I'm not out to try to cure life so that I won't die from it. I'm going to die anyway. I just want the journey to be as good in my head as possible. I can do everything that I would like to do in this exact body that I'm in right now. As long as I can get in a plane and I don't have to pay for 2 seats, I'm good with that. I do ask for an extension, and I've never had anybody look at me and say, you know, you should lose weight if you want to fly on a plane. Fuck that. I'm flying like this and I'm good with it. What was my point? I'm sure I have one. Oh yeah, because I still feel like, even though I accept myself now, and that really started happening for me when I started doing YouTube. The very first on-screen video that I did was I had done like 6 months of just, you saw my hands doing crafts or things like that. And then the very first time I was on screen was I did a yarn unboxing for my mother. And after that went out into the world, and the world didn't fall apart because I was fat and talking on a camera, I was like, holy shit, I'm free. And I think like the next video I did was like hair in my bathroom. I mean, I was like, this is a whole new world for me. Since then, I am like so content with who I am. I mean, you guys have seen me. I'll do a fashion show. Do you think I would ever have done something like that? I didn't even ever want to look at myself in a mirror. And now I am dancing with this big body of mine in front of a camera. And it is so freeing to be able to do that. And I actually look at myself and say, perfect, just like that. Perfect. I don't need anything different. But then I was still weighing myself now and then, and I even promised you guys that I would weigh myself New Year's Day and then check in every month as a series. And part of me wanted to do that because I know it would probably get good views. And the other part is because I want people to think I'm successful. And I think most people, when they know somebody has changed the way they're eating, they think or assume that it's for size, not for mental health. I don't think anybody has ever said, oh, you're on a new diet? Oh, is that for your mental health? I never heard it. I didn't even know it existed. I didn't know I could eat meat and feel better up here. Most people think I'm doing it to lose weight. And then in my natural attempt to always be successful, I want to fit that mold of success and say, this is what people consider successful, and I want to reach that goal. I don't give a shit about that goal, so I'm not going to weigh myself. And it's like, I can't preach to you guys that losing weight doesn't matter and then still get on a scale. That makes no sense. If weight doesn't matter to me, I'm putting the scale away, which I actually did. It's gone. Gone bye-bye. Bye-bye scale. I hope I don't step on a scale again the rest of my life because it's not important at all. If you guys are still curious to know if I'm going to lose weight by eating this way, if that's your thing, if you still got it in your head that for some reason you're supposed to alter the way you look, or if you're under the impression that changing your body size will improve your health, if you want to still do that for years and make yourself miserable, go for it. You can still watch me, because if I lose weight, I will, change. But I don't care, and I don't care if I do, and I don't care if I don't. And even if I do, there's no guarantee I'll stay there. None whatsoever, because I'm telling you, the minute cravings come back for any length of time, I'm off this. I'm not going to fight cravings ever. It's too difficult. I have no time to be fighting cravings and making myself ill over it. I'd rather just eat the junk, get the craving over with, even if it's only for 30 minutes, so I can get some work done, and feed the next craving. But as long as I'm not craving, it is awesome, and I will continue to eat this way. I hope you still follow my progress, because if any of you are thinking about you'd like to change your mental health or joint pain or lower your blood pressure, lower your cholesterol, I know you must think eating all this meat and fat that I eat is horrible for my cholesterol, but it's not. Eggs, you can eat all you want of the eggs. That has nothing to do with raising your cholesterol. And if your doctor thinks eggs do, really shop around for another doctor, because that myth has been debunked quite a while ago. And I'm no expert, so do your own homework. Don't just go by what I say. Do your own homework. So I will not be weighing myself New Year's Day. And the minute I decided, and I did lose some weight at first, because of course I'm curious and I wanted to know. But then once I put the pressure on weighing myself January 1st, I was so worried that if I don't lose weight, or God forbid I should gain weight, they're not going to understand when I say I'm good with that. They're going to say she's just saying that. And I got so stressed out about the whole thing, and I was like, the best way for me to prove to the world that I'm perfect the way I am is to not even care about the numbers. Not the scale number, not a measuring tape number. I don't care. I'm not even all that concerned about cholesterol numbers or high blood pressure numbers. There are many people in this world who are walking around with diseases and they don't even go to a doctor. I go to a doctor. I'm under medical supervision. I just want to work on my mental health and go with that, because that feels good. This is like such a good addiction. I mean, the meat addiction is like, it's just awesome. I hope it's not temporary. If this lasts like this, I'm going to be like one happy camper. And it's funny. I have like desire to do certain things, but it's been so long since I've been able to do such things that I can tell it's by habit. I just ignore it. When you're living in a depression or, manic one day, depressed another, it's like you never trust how you're going to feel, and it's like I don't trust it yet. I'm like, no, I'm not going to start that project because my life could fall apart tomorrow. With time, I'm sure I will adjust and, be willing to do more things, or, I'll say, like, I still haven't swept my floor. I think I'm quite capable of sweeping the floor right now, because my mind is to the point where I can find pleasure in successfully accomplishing a tiny task, as opposed to, the other part of my life, pre-meet. I felt like I had to do it all or none of it counted. Like sweeping the floor didn't even make a dent in what needs to be done, so why bother doing it, That's how I would feel about it. But as much as I feel like I'm mentally able to sweep the floor, it's like I'm so used to being on guard and saying, no, don't sweep the floor, because if you do, you might feel sick after, because all you did was sweep the floor. It's a very complicated world that I live in. It's going to get better, but right now I gotta fix my coffee. Hang on. Oh, that's much better. I took that little break to dump out half of my coffee and add water and heat it up. I'm gonna just sign off. I don't really even remember where I was. Even though my mental health is getting better, my memory still sucks. So I just wanted to wish you guys all a Merry Christmas, in case I don't happen to record anything for Christmas Day. But I might, because it's just another day to me. And I want to just thank everyone for everything you have done for me that you might not even know. I mean, I don't think you can really realize how much of an impact you have on my life, other YouTubers' lives, anybody that you watch. and you connect with and you're kind to, you are changing lives. You are. And I want you to realize the importance in that. I also want anyone out there who is struggling with self-esteem issues and you think you might have to change something in order to change the way you feel about yourself. No, you have to change the way you feel about yourself and just absolutely love what you've got because it's yours and nobody can take it away from you. You shouldn't want it to be changed, altered. Let it do its own thing. It's going to get you through life. And like I said, there's no guarantee that you're going to change your health by changing your size. Your health could get worse. Who knows? So just enjoy what you've got right now. That is what I'm trying to do. Even though I have it in my head that I'm good with it, it's still hard. You know, I feel like I'm letting people down because I grew up with a mother who made it very clear to me that I wasn't good enough. Okay? So it's hard to get past that. But I'm getting past it. You can too. I don't have to please anyone. I can be perfect and not have to apologize for that. So you too. You're perfect and don't make any apologies. I love you guys. Merry Christmas.